we are going to see those projects hit in the second half of the year. We're going to see some improvement in the economy, but you're still going to have high levels of unemployment, and that's something that I said back in January.
That is what the president told our own Major Garrett today. Now, this is what he said back in January.
If we don't act swiftly and boldly, we could see a much deeper economic downturn that could lead to double-digit unemployment.
Our next guest says the president is basically contradicting himself. Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio joining us now. Congressman Jordan, welcome to Your World. It's Brian Sullivan. Change of heart by the president? What do you think?
Well, he's definitely contradicting himself, and I think it's important to look at the facts. The facts are the president said that, I mean, he was just plain wrong. He said if you spend $1 trillion of taxpayer money, that he'll keep unemployment under 8%, when in fact we know it's now around 10. So, look, if big government spending was going to get us out of this mess, we'd have been out of it a long time ago. That's all we've been doing, and frankly, it even occurred back when Republicans were in control. Big government spending is never the answer. We know what the answer is. It's reducing the tax burden on American families. I know in one of your previous segments, you were talking with a colleague of mine who was talking about raising taxes. That's exactly the wrong direction we want to go. We've got to get the spending under control, which we know doesn't work, get it under control, and lower taxes on American families, in particular small business owners.
That's in New Jersey, where it's clear based on the stats that those people in New Jersey, myself included, maybe doing a little more than their fair share. So I got a little vested interest in what happens in New Jersey. But listen, hey, to be fair, I mean, Washington contradicts itself all the time, okay? I mean, politicians on both sides say one thing, do the other thing. So why is it bad that the president is contradicting himself? If things change, if the economy changes, shouldn't we change with it?
Politicians do contradict themselves all the time, but the American people, the American voter, have a way of holding them accountable, and hopefully they will come next election. And frankly, we should hold the president accountable. Remember, this was almost, when you factor in the deficit part, this is almost $1 trillion, this previous stimulus package, and they're now talking about a second stimulus. We know this doesn't work. We should say, Mr. President, you said if we spend this money, unemployment will be below 8%. It's now at 10. You were wrong. What we need to do is go back and advocate and do what we advocated, which is reduce the tax burden on small business owners and American families. I actually think, Brian, one of the other things you're seeing drag on our economy right now is this apprehension. I mean, remember, business people are smart people. They're waiting for what's the next shoe to drop? Is, in fact, there going to be a tax increase to pay for the health care? Is, in fact, cap and trade going to pass, which we know is going to raise the cost of energy, the cost it takes to produce your goods and services? I mean, they're nervous about there's an apprehension, there's an anxiety on the part of the business sector out there because they don't know what the heck Congress is going to do next.
And you know what? You're exactly right. Companies lay people off when they think things are going to be worse. They hire when they believe things are going to be better.
Exactly.
Companies continue to lay people off. Even with the stimulus, clearly what they're saying is a loud message. We don't think things are getting better, so we're firing people.
Right, right. And here's the other thing. Remember, we always hear about tax and spend politicians. It's actually the opposite. It's spend and tax. The American people understand when politicians spend and spend and spend, inevitably, here comes the tax increase to pay for it. Right now, they're doing the deficit spending, but at some point, they're going to want to raise taxes. And business owners know out there that's a drag on our economy. That's what's making them reluctant to do the things that are actually going to help our economy grow. They need a message from this Congress and, frankly, from this administration that we're going to get things under control and lower the tax burden so we can get our economy growing again.
Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. I will be back with you again tomorrow.